everyone, and welcome to tonight's Historic Preservation Commission meeting. I would like to officially call to order tonight's meeting of July 20th, 2023. To get things started, I'd like to ask, please, if everyone would rise, and together we recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great, thank you very much. It's nice to see everyone here tonight, and we have a full commission, which I will now ask to introduce themselves for our roll call. I will start. My name is Jenny Steinhagen, and if I can look down to my right.
Greg Luisi.
Samara Abrams.
Ladislao Castellanos.
Peggy Bellis.
Thank you. We are all here tonight, and in front of us is an agenda that includes as our first item of business an approval of minutes. Our last meeting was held on May 24th, and the minutes for that meeting were circulated to the members of this commission. If everyone has had a chance to review those minutes, and if there is no discussion or questions or objections, can I please ask for a motion to approve the minutes from the May 24th meeting?
So moved.
Second.
So moved and second. Do we have everyone in favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The minutes from our May 24th meeting are approved. Now you will see on the agenda that the next item is public meeting, but tonight we do not have a public meeting. We had a public meeting at our last meeting on May 24th. That was closed, and the discussion of that topic now brings us to the item underneath, which is a resolution. The resolution is to determine the approval or denial of a Certificate of Appropriateness application for the demolition of 230 White Plains Road, also known as the Ward House. I believe we have a resolution prepared. Can I ask for a member of the commission to please read that resolution for us?
Yes, I will read it. A resolution to deny the Certificate of Appropriateness for the demolition of the Tuckahoe local landmark at 230 White Plains Road, Tuckahoe, New York, 10707, aka the Ward House. We, the duly appointed members of the Tuckahoe Historic Preservation Commission, do this 20th day of July 2023 adopt the following resolution. Whereas on June 9th, 2022, the Tuckahoe Historic Preservation Commission voted unanimously in favor of recommending to the Village Board of Trustees that the property at 230 White Plains Road be designated a Tuckahoe local landmark. And whereas on August 8th, 2022, the Tuckahoe Village Board of Trustees voted unanimously in favor of designating the property at 230 White Plains Road as a Tuckahoe local landmark. And whereas, as set forth in the Tuckahoe Historic Preservation legislation, the Tuckahoe Historic Preservation Commission is responsible for the approval or disapproval of proposed changes to historic properties designated under the Tuckahoe Historic Preservation legislation. And whereas no person shall carry out any alteration, restoration, reconstruction, demolition, new construction, or relocation of a designated local landmark or property within a designated historic district without first obtaining a Certificate of Appropriateness that authorizes such work. And whereas the Tuckahoe Historic Preservation Commission received a completed Certificate of Appropriateness application for the demolition of 230 White Plains Road from the Tuckahoe Building Department on April 10th, 2023, and announced the opening of a public meeting for review and discussion of the application at its meeting on April 20th, 2023. And whereas a public meeting on the Certificate of Appropriateness for the demolition of 230 White Plains Road was held on May 24th, 2023 at Tuckahoe Village Hall. And whereas, per Section 7C of the Tuckahoe Historic Preservation legislation, the approval of a Certificate of Appropriateness for a Tuckahoe local landmark is only permitted if the commission determines that the proposed work will not have a substantial adverse effect on the aesthetic, historical, or architectural significance and value of the local landmark or historic district. And whereas Section 7C3 of the Tuckahoe Historic Preservation legislation provides that a certificate of appropriateness for demolition, removal, or relocation of a local landmark shall only be approved if the commission determines that the applicant has established a hardship, or if written reports from the building department and/or other licensed engineers or architects with experience in rehabilitation or reuse of historic structures have determined that the landmark presents an imminent and unavoidable threat to the public health, safety, and welfare. And whereas the Tuckahoe Historic Preservation Commission has made the following findings of fact concerning the proposed application. We find that no credible information was presented to the Tuckahoe Historic Preservation Commission to substantiate claims that the structure at 230 White Plains Road, Tuckahoe, New York, aka the Ward House, presents an imminent and unavoidable threat to the public health, safety, and welfare. To the contrary, information was provided by a qualified historic preservation architect from a review of the Certificate of Appropriateness application and materials provided by the New York State Historic Preservation Office that the structure is stable. This assessment that the structure is stable was confirmed by the architectural firm hired by the owner of 230 White Plains Road at the public meeting on May 24th, 2023. Further, Section 8B of the Tuckahoe Historic Preservation legislation, no owner or person with an interest in a local landmark or property included within a historic district shall permit the property to fall into a serious state of disrepair so as to result in the deterioration of any exterior architectural feature which would produce a detrimental effect upon the property or the character of a historic district as a whole. Examples of such deterioration include: 1. All interior portions thereof which, if not so maintained, may cause or tend to cause the exterior portions to deteriorate, decay, or become damaged or otherwise to fall into a serious state of disrepair. 2. Deteriorated or inadequate foundation. 3. Defective or deteriorated flooring or floor supports. 4. Deterioration of walls or other vertical supports. 5. Deterioration of roofs or other horizontal members. 6. Deterioration of chimneys. 7. Deterioration or crumbling of exterior stucco, mortar, plaster, or facades. Ineffective or inadequate waterproofing of exterior walls, roofs, or chimneys, including windows or doors. 9. Any default or defect in the building or structure which compromises the life and character of the building or structure. 10. Deterioration of any feature so as to create a hazardous condition which could lead to the claim that demolition is necessary for the public safety. It is incumbent upon the owner of the Tuckahoe local landmark at 230 White Plains Road to ensure that the property does not fall into a serious state of disrepair so as to result in the deterioration of any exterior architectural feature which would produce a detrimental effect upon the property or the character of a historic district as a whole. Now therefore be it resolved that we, the duly appointed members of the Tuckahoe Historic Preservation Commission, do this 20th day of July 2023 determine that the Certificate of Appropriateness application for the demolition of 230 White Plains Road, Tuckahoe, New York, is denied.
Thank you, Member Bellis. Do I have a second?
Second.
Gary, could I ask for... Oh, let me see. Is there any discussion amongst the members of the commission regarding the resolution?
And I,
There being none, Gary, could I ask for a roll call of the members?
Member Luisi?
in favor.
Member Abrams?
In favor.
Member Castellanos? In favor. Member Bellis?
In favor.
And Chairperson Steinhagen.
In favor. So the motion carries, and the resolution is approved. Thank you. So we mentioned a lot at the May 24th meeting that we were focused exclusively on the review of the demolition application in terms of the imminent threat and whether or not that could be substantiated. We did not address the hardship factor involved with this. So the owner of the property and any Tuckahoe historic landmarks are eligible to apply for a certificate of hardship application.
Right, I think, they have to be denied on the health safety issue first, and then that triggers them being able to apply for the economic hardship application for a certificate of appropriateness.
Absolutely. And the legislation details what is involved with a certificate of hardship and the presentation of that application. That being said, I believe we move on to miscellaneous business. And at this point, anyone is welcome to participate in the discussion.
Yeah, so that that application's over, so, I guess the miscellaneous business is the next meeting, which I think we'll set and we'll post. So everyone, the public will know when that will be. We'll do it, at least a few weeks in advance. So that's the miscellaneous business. If, the chair would can open it up just for people to speak, but it's not part of the record, that part's over.
Okay.
So this will just be, if anyone has any other comments about anything else.
Okay. If anyone has any comments that they would like to make, now would be the time.
Hi everybody, my name's John Wilson, 14 Henry Street, Tuckahoe. Am I able to address the motion that was just passed?
No, it's over.
It's over, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, how do you enforce the duty of care on the building? Okay, thank you.
Can I address that?
Well, that would be the building department issue to enforce the laws. Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, that's part of the law anyway, and that's up to the building department to enforce. You're welcome.
Is there anything else? No. Anybody with anything else? I mean, now is normally the time when I would make a joke, but I don't think I should make a joke today. But maybe instead I could offer, as we all get ready to enjoy the rest of the summer, what is left of this, as we're out and about, maybe this idea of place that we've been talking so much here on the commission, why we choose to spend time in the places where we frequent or where we visit, and what communities do to maintain that sense of place that draws us in, that we value and that we treasure. Certainly here in Tuckahoe, we have that. People will be traveling also within Westchester, New York State, throughout the country. I think I'll get as far as Philly maybe, but Philly's got a ton of history. And you know what, we do need some humor. You know what, I think we should all take a trip over to the Liberty Bell. The Liberty Bell over in Philly offers a lot to smile about. Everyone knows why the Liberty Bell is so funny? It cracks you up. Sorry. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
All right, well, hoping everyone has a safe rest of the summer.
Dick Forliano, I'm the Eastchester Town Historian. I'm also a chairperson of the board at St. Paul's National Historic Site. We have a replica of the Liberty Bell in St. Paul's, and St. Paul's used to be part of historic Eastchester. And you can go and see that replica. It was buried during the American Revolution and dug up again, and every 4th of July, that bell is rung. So you don't have to go to Philadelphia. Just go 2 miles down the road to St. Paul's National Historic Site.
Super, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. As Gary mentioned, to be determined, our next meeting, most likely after the end of the August holiday break. And until then, I believe we can call for a motion to adjourn. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Tuckahoe.